It's a matter of just getting 8 or 10 candidates in here and conducting initial interviews over the phone, right? Whatever the Steelers' process is, 8 to 10 people minimum, at least. At least. I'd love to see them interview a dozen people. I don't know if I necessarily want a Mike McCarthy to come back in here. What about Kevin Stefanski? I might consider Stefanski. I consider Stefanski over McCarthy. But whoever they bring in here, folks, and I'll be curious as to who you think Todd Haley is getting some love as the coach should. I think I offended him earlier in our little group text. It was not my intention. Look, he did an effective job as coordinator here, right? But ultimately at the end of the day, they couldn't get over the hump. And it just goes to the head coach. It goes to the top. It just always does. You can blame coordinators all you want, right? Ultimately, a coach makes those hiring choices. So, at the end of the day, whoever they decide to bring in here, whatever the process is that the Steelers are going to go through, it will be thorough. Okay, it will be thorough, and that's what does separate them from a Las Vegas Raiders organization. That's what separates them from an Arizona Cardinals organization. That's what separates them from a Miami Dolphins organization or the Jets. These teams, these franchises, Cleveland, they churn through coaches because their front office is chaos and they make bad choices constantly. Right? Constantly. They make bad coaching choices. They make bad personnel decisions. They make bad draft picks. We have not had great drafts. We've had some hits and we've had some misses. Maybe 50-50, maybe over the last 10, 15 years. The end of the Colbert era wasn't necessarily great. Omar Khan, jury's still out. Kenny Gainwell, great pickup. Now they got to sign him again. Right? They're going to have to throw money at him. But if Rodgers is not coming back, that probably takes care of that problem. So going through a thorough, diligent process to find the right candidate will happen in this organization. I am certain of that.